Good morning this afternoon, dear friends and family. I'm sending this in for the second time. This video might show up again in 2 days' time in case YouTube releases it. I started this episode singing a little bit from I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. Changed the lyrics a little bit. Thought that was quite something lovely to do. I enjoyed that. And then I played in just a sliver of the chorus where the second time around or third it gets like with the bigger choral singing, like it gets a bit more. And I just played in a little bit. So beautiful. Invited us to sing along. And YouTube said, nope, this video cannot be posted in some country. Infringement of copyright law. So I contested because it was just a few seconds and I consider it to be free advertisement. I should get paid, right? But no, it's not the point. So I delete all of that. I'm going to talk now until the end of what I have taken out and the original clip starts. Should my original video be approved, I may delete this version. If it does not get approved, then we have this version. Yeah, man, let's talk about love. I know, I'm regressing, taking us back to yesterday. No. Sorry for the screech, taking off that headphone set because otherwise it'll just squeak around possibly while I'm doing this recording. Today is a blue monkey. I mean, white dog's best friend. White dog's occult power. Love's best friend is to play, and play's best friend is to love. Playing, right? We don't play what we don't enjoy playing. If we do something we don't enjoy, we hardly call it playing, and we certainly don't call it fun. Good morning. That was a little monkey business of mine. Going out on a limb. Oh, am I ever? I admit to you that I'm totally surprised that I'm not shaking down to the core. All my life, and it's been a few years, I've been asked by people to sing. And I do not sing. I do not know who or what is singing here. Please excuse my anything about it, but I'm not here to apologize either, so. Whew. Yeah. Okay. The blue monkey. The energy of love, the inner child. I spoke a bit about it yesterday. Playfulness and magic, the inner child. It's very interesting for me when I started that talking. The blue monkey was, yeah, I can get the inner child, but magic always felt a little like, And it's also associated with illusion, and it always makes me feel, or made me feel, rather uncomfortable, because my conscious self is a defender of truth. But like everyone else, I have my own needs to hide, to build illusions, to, dare I say it, manipulate, I don't know if it is more honorable that I may be very using my powers to manipulate unconsciously versus doing it consciously. It just means I can stand there and pretend I have a cleaner vest. Good luck with that. On the other hand, self-image is also really important. If you can't be honest, I don't know. If I can't be honest, if I can't be real, is it better that I pretend even to myself? Is it better that I pretend and act as if I'm like this maybe balanced person or kind person or helpful person or somehow together person or got all worked out person, when I'm really not? And why do I pretend that? Because whatever, I mean, we're never anything in total. I think we're always everything in part. It's good to remember that, because we're made up of many parts: hands, bones, nerves, blood, lies, truth, love, fears, loves. Why is love single? Loves, of course. Singular, single, singular. Yeah, mincing words. Is an ugly truth better than a pretty lie? Yeah, we all get to answer that for ourselves. And I refer back to yesterday, the white dog being guided by the mirror. By the way, if we say, we always mention the color with a seal. I just want to say there are no blue mirrors or red mirrors. The mirror is always white. We could just say mirror. I could say Etsnap, call it by its Mayan name. But we always call it white mirror because its name is white mirror. And I just want to clarify, there is no blue mirror. The white mirror stands for truth. So if I can't see my own illusions, and very often I can't because I've put them there because I gotta save face or pretend something to myself, because for me personally, I struggle. I can't live with myself. I think I struggle with guilt more than anything. So when I lie, I do it in such a way that I lie to myself, so that I don't even know consciously that I'm lying. I embody my illusion. I embody my lie. I live it so that I can feel I'm honest. And I want to say two things about that, because on the one hand, I want to say that that's hard. Those are hard to break, because those are illusions that, I mean, if they're small, like I'm trying to diet, and I've experienced this many years ago. I wanted to diet and cut out the chocolate. Like, I'm not having any more chocolate. I swear, I tell you, I did not know. I went to the shops to do my shopping. I bought 3 slabs of chocolate. I ate all 3 of them. Never before did I eat that much chocolate. I just ate it in a regular amount, and I thought I should lose weight, so I should stop it. I ate all those 3, and I only came back online when I had finished. And I was like, what? I didn't know what happened here. So that taught me, like, oh my God, never diet again. If this is what you do, don't ever try not to do something, because if you try not to do something, I've learned in life that this isn't a universally applicable concept, but at the time it was very much applicable to that. I've never dieted since. you're going to go exactly the opposite way and do exactly the opposite. And I'm going to get back to the mirror because we see it in others so clearly when they do it. And this is the New Year's resolution. We're at the end of the old year, right? New Year's resolutions. How many times we make New Year's resolutions only to find out we've gone deeper into the thing we wanted to change? Like, what's up with that? As an aside, the way I stop myself from eating chocolate altogether is I decided, oh, I love my mind for this. I hate to say it. I realized that day, if I want to do X, if I want to go in the direction here, and if I set out in that direction, I head 3 lengths back in the opposite direction. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to head in the opposite direction intentionally, where I don't want to go, in the hope that that's going to catapult me 3 lengths in its opposite direction, which is going to be exactly where I do want to go. And you know what? It really worked. I went to the shops, I bought 5 slabs of chocolate. I didn't realize it at the time. I said, okay, if you're going to binge, then I'm fucking binge. Like go all the way, just do it. I put those in the cupboard and I never ever touched them. And I realized that if it doesn't, with some things it works. If I get a craving, I buy a lot of the thing I crave. I have a cupboard full of it. I don't touch it. I am not interested. And it has remained like that ever since. And that is 10, 20, 30 years ago. I don't know how many years ago, 100 years ago, 3 lifetimes ago, how many revolutions around myself ago. But it stuck. I want to go back to the white mirror yesterday, because these illusions, the monkey, remember the monkey and the dog are super duper linked. When the monkey builds these illusions, and when I start building a version of myself, or part of a version of myself, that isn't who I really am. First of all, I don't do it out of malintent, not towards myself, not to anyone else. I do that it's an act of sheer desperation, actually. It's hard. It's programming. It can be hard. It can feel really easy because falling off the true path into a lie can be just so easy, right? So let me not use those terms at all. Forget it. Cancel, cancel, cancel. But I can create this illusion of myself as a version I believe to be. And then the funny thing is that the mirror of life will reflect that back to me. And it will be very easy for me to look in that mirror. We're all looking in the mirror. Nobody has a hard time looking in the mirror. Looking in the mirror is easy. Understanding what we're seeing in the mirror is not so easy. But the mirror always reflects the truth. The truth's truth. I mean, it reflects what is. I don't even want to use the word truth, actually, because it's one of those tricky, trappy words. But it reflects what is. And it will reflect my not being authentic, not being true, not being who I am, or my self-deception back to me in various forms. And I think it is then very easy for me to see where others deceive themselves in like manner. I can add another level of illusion on top of that and really not see it because I don't want to see it. Remember, we have free will. I think it makes life very complicated. It makes it complex and complicated. I think I've explored that theme a bit in my life. In all innocence, I really have to cut myself that slack. And it's like, but it if I sacrifice my truth in order to even protect others, or to protect myself from the backlash of expressing my truth, whether it is having a hissy fit as a kid because I can't control my emotions, and my parents can't control their emotions easily either, then they cannot cope with my hissy fit and they're gonna try to control me. And they have means to do that. And then I'm gonna shut down, depending on who I am. Each of us, I guess, have our own way of dealing with it. In my case, I shut a lot of myself down because any expression was too dangerous and too painful. And to make matters worse, for me, I think it's easy for me to judge myself as weak, perhaps, that I couldn't cope with the pain that I felt being hit or otherwise attacked. But I remember, and I don't know, this is maybe I'm saying this to make myself look better, but it adds into the mix. There were times, and I love my parents. My parents are angels as far as I'm concerned, made flesh, but they got very hurt themselves. And what they learned, who they became, who they are, who we are, this is who we are, any moment in time. And then we act according to that. In the case of my parents, was never malintended. I was a loved child. We were loved. But this was the day this was how children were raised. And they did the best with what they had. So for me, there isn't even anything to forgive, because it's just like, oh man, it went weird, but it's okay. Today, we can course correct. I can course correct. Anyway, there were times when my brother and I caused some situation that was displeasing to our parents. And there were times when the one who really got punished most was my brother. He was older and a boy, so he could handle a lot more beating than 3-year-old Tat, I suppose. Or I was still of an age where I was excused as not cognitively online, but he's the one who should know better. Don't play, you're a child, you should better not to play. Don't play with the towel, don't play with your sister, don't goof around, you're meant to wash your hands so you can sit on the table, eat your dinner, orderly like everybody else. No excuse, you both ran for the towel, we both grabbed the towel because we both wanted to be the first back at the table, don't ask why. And we tore the towel hook. All hell broke loose. You know, it's small things that can have huge impacts. A very small, kind word can change a person's day. When you go to the supermarket and you genuinely just smile at the person next door, or you think to the teller, peace be with you, don't even need to say anything, it changes the frequency. It does. It is effective. So, and we can do this with ourselves. Anyone who's seen What the Bleep Do We Know? Anyone who hasn't seen it, go watch it. It's on YouTube. Anyone who's seen it knows at that point where she then starts drawing hearts all over herself. If you're not there, I remember I've seen this film hundreds of times, many revs ago. And it incrementally changed me with each time I watched it. And there was a time in the beginning or in between where sometimes there was this part of me that's like, oh, silliness, I mean, really. But there's a parallel part of me that understood exactly what she was doing. But I'm now actually much more in that space where I understand frequencies. I can feel. It's not just mental. Back then it was perhaps more mental. I've become much more conscious of it, not in terms of knowing, but in terms of feeling, which translates into being and doing. even when I only was in the state of knowing, I was still being. Just, what I didn't know, I was still being. So now, this is a weird monkey circle. I'm not following it because I hope you get my meaning. And if there's no meaning to get, then let's swing on to another branch. But yesterday I learned this. But why am I always? Butt is my butt is my bridge. My butt is my bridge between my upper and my lower body. My butt buffers my pelvis, and the pelvis hosts the psoas muscle, and the psoas muscle is the bridge between the upper and the lower body, between that which moves us around the world and that which feels, thinks, digests, acts, does, arms, head, heart, intestines, stomach, etc. And the legs, world bridger. The psoas is like a world bridger. Isn't that lovely? So is the vagus nerve, I think. I'm talking out of my arse, but I love it. Tatjana, stop right there. This is literally going below the belt, but it's fun. Let's go swing another branch. The mirror. But let's get back to today, because I said everything about that. We have what do we have today? We have, where am I? Okay, wait, I'm coming back. I had to duplicate my image before my recording stops, and then I'm like waffling away without recording. That's what happens when life wants to test my patience, because I get hugely annoyed with that. But the odd thing is that since I've been doing this podcast, it's very strange. It does happen to me. I don't look at this app where I'm recording. I've got the wrong image going here. I hope I can change that later. Oh boy. I hope I can change it later. Anyway, it happens that as the image stops and as the recording stops, this lovely app doesn't say, beep, we've stopped recording. It gives you no warning. I'm not writing to them again. I guess we gotta look at the app ourselves. Take some responsibility, Tatjana. Anyway, it happens so that I look at it. Oh, it stopped. And I've only seriously continued speaking for a few seconds, not even 10. It happens 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, wow, Spirit, thank you. You've let me know the recording has stopped, and I could just duplicate and continue. Note aside, we are joined today. First of all, I think I want to speak about the tone. This tone is, to me, very special. Some stick out more than others. There are some tones that I grasp a little less. The galactic tone is one of them. Tone 8 is like, galactic. It's like a little elusive to me. I'm not sure why. Oddly, so is the magnetic tone, even though I'm born on it. But with the magnetic tone, I think it's just so obvious. Attract, unify, purpose. I mean, okay, it's not elusive. Now that I'm talking about it, actually, I've overcome the elusiveness of that. Tone 11 is a little more difficile. It's a little more, it's a very interesting tone because it stands for dissolving, releasing, liberating. What does it dissolve? What does it release? So in the wave spell, a wave spell is a 13-day period. Bear with me if you are a regular listener. I keep repeating this because in case anybody just comes in sideways. And the 13 days is a wave spell period. We're in the first wave spell of a period of 20 wave spells in Tzolk'in, which is 260 days, 13 times 20, 20 seals, 13 tones. Okay, I'm not repeating all of that. Today is day 11 out of 13. So the wave that builds, it starts unify, attract your purpose. The purpose of the wave spell is what? You can always match it up with your life purpose, with your year's purpose, with your with the current purpose, whatever. You can take it fractally into any time, space, time you want. We're currently in the beginning of the new Tzolk'in spin, first wave spell, Red Dragon, birth, being, nurturing, to mention but a few. So that's the purpose, to be, to birth, to start over, to start something new, to become new, to nurture who we already are, or to nurture what we are being, to nurture what we are becoming. As my mind just asked the question, what's the difference between being and becoming? And today's the blue monkey is the inner child, who's the antipodal position to the red dragon, the most opposite, but they're linked. They cannot do without each other. I went into that yesterday. I have to make a correction yesterday. I made a mistake. The most like itself kin to the red snake is not the blue eagle. Obviously, it's the antipode. It's the most unlike itself. The most like itself to the red snake is the white wizard, naturally, of course. Just a correction. Sometimes this happens in the... so please excuse me for not always. Whatever. So my inner child, actually, I'm learning to distinguish between the voices in my mind. Whatever is thinking through my mind. What am I hearing? Who is talking? It's not always the same. I have my own higher self talk to me, who is me, but as human being Tatiana, I am compartmentalized. I am compartmentalized. I am compartmentalizing. Not everyone is I am. For a long time I was concerned about that. Now I'm like, no, that's fine. It isn't all one. I am one body, but not all of me is my hand, not all of me is my foot, not all of me is my hair. So does that mean I'm compartmentalized? No, I'm still one. So there's this child in me, or this, the child that says, why? Because of that and that. Why? Because of that and that. Why? Because of that and that. I swear I have conversations even as an adult where I really love playing this questioning game. I never do it out of malintent. I do it out of, let's explore. If someone gets to the edge of how far they can explore, it'd be good to say, I'm bored, I don't have answers. I have a friend who gets triggered by that. Very interesting to see what happens then. Mirror, mirror. Reflection, projection. Monkey, monkey. Illusion, truth. You are like this. Anyway, I have this. Oh, I've said it already. Now the child is gone. I'm like, what question was that? Where was the child? Why are you going back in time, Tatiana? You are here now. What wants to be spoken now? This tone 11 is called Spectral. So it dissolves the wave. It prepares the dissolution, the solution, the solvation. Oh, yes. Coined a new word. We coined a new word, salvation. I love it. Maybe it exists already. We're dissolving the purpose of this wave, because a new wave is coming. A new purpose is coming. This is where the Tzolk'in teaches us, taught me anyway, the value of letting go. The other day, during a massage, I'm going to share this. I cried a lot. I got to this point. I cried for two reasons at 2 points. Now I'm talking World Bridger, but we're all linked, because I can tell you now how the monkey links to the World Bridger. I'm not going to do that. One is I went into these visions of, I remembered myself in the imagery my mind put up was actually myself in some sort of cave. It was a bit like Cold Mountain. I was reminded of Cold Mountain. I saw myself with a lover, a man, a partner, my life partner many revs ago. And I gave birth like in a cave, or it was like we were alone. Somehow there wasn't a tribe around, but it didn't matter because this is like archetypal language, right? I was giving birth to our child. And the love, he was very lovingly assisting the birth. It was just so much love. And I was crying because there was pain. There was the separation from the child. And the vision took me through many like life revs where I met the soul as my life partner and my own children, and they died, and I was parent, I died, I was partner, I died, we died, lived again, died and lived again, died, left and came back, left and came back. And for the first time I could cry at this about this pain. I fairly regularly cry about the pain of separation. I have in this life a huge theme with separation anxiety. Separation is a big major life lesson theme to learn. There is no separation, but there is separation. There has to be separation. When we get born into this body, we experience separation. The very first act of the body is to leave the womb, leave the mother, cut the umbilical cord. That's the first, maybe the first biological separation, but it's not the first. There's never a first. You can always go back, yeah, but the egg cell already split itself, so it left itself. There's separation. The one egg forms into two. That's an act of separation. But it's also emerging because the sperm and the egg merge. So every separation is also emerging. And I really felt that during that massage. I was laughing, I was joyful because I could feel. I'm crying now because I'm leaving you, you're leaving, you're dying, but I know we're going to meet again. And that meeting is going to be so wonderful. And I'm going to cry for love, for joy, for meeting you. Oh my God. And it was all mixed into one. It was a freaking ride. I mean, honestly. And a little later in that same massage, I mean, that was like a psychedelic journey. I hadn't taken anything. It's just like, I get myself massaged every 2 weeks, and I've been doing so for 9 months, more than 9 months, a whole Tolkien spin. And I put my massage on certain days in the spin because of the day energies. And it's just, And my left arm got massaged, nothing, just like regular. My right arm got massaged, and I don't experience this every time, but this time I couldn't relax my arm. Like, it picked it up, and you bounce the arm to see, is the muscle letting go? It didn't. And I went into it seems like a small thing, I went into such a deep weep, because this is the pattern of clinging. This is the pattern of being taken away from, being taken from me, and I want to hold on, or not being able to hold on, pushing everything away that I need because I don't know how to hold on, because I'm scared to hold on, because if I hold on, I don't know how to let go. Then I'm going to have to let go, so the thing is going to be forcefully removed, blah, 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 blah. It's just big. And I can feel it even now, like, the resonance, the frequencies, because it's a lot of frequencies coming together, and they form a kind of a knot, because they can't really belong together. They can't really be in one space at the same time, because they're really rather clashing frequencies. But when we force them together like two magnets that repel each other, to a degree, it feels to me, and this is again just an image, as if I use so much of my life force to force things together that don't belong together, and then they bond like fascia that sticks together. The odd thing is that I then lose flexibility, I lose mobility, I actually lose ability. But in my desperation and not understanding and not having at the right time maybe known, or having whatever confusion caused it, whatever it is, I bond in whatever way. So, and I could feel all that, and it was like, oh my goodness, I wept. And the thing is, I had no solution. So my mind is, I've learned early on to hold on to my mind. You have to know. You're 3 years old, you should know by now. You should know how to eat properly. You should know how to sit still on the table. Dash! Go to bed without food. What? I mean, like, how do you lock a child that can't even reach a door handle in a dark room and say, think about what you just did? I can't think about what I just did because I don't understand what I just did. I don't understand what you're doing. Why are you locking me? What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, you learn some lessons through that. And the amazing thing is when we heal it, and we're here to heal it, and we're here to heal it collectively. We're here to heal it individually. I spoke about this before. Some of it we have to do ourselves, by ourselves. But by ourselves just means the parts of us who feel alone. Maybe they are alone. My body in this room right now is alone. My mind is not alone. I've understood. I'm never alone. White wind in the Tzolk'in on position 3. We've been there already. We've been there. It's spirit. It's always here. But we have free will to be alone, because this sphere, this 3D, is where separation gets experienced, where it is real. And it's necessary. The egg has to split to form new life. We have to let go. But on another level, we're always connected. On the spiritual plane, there is no umbilical cord that gets cut. There is an umbilical cord that remains eternally connected to ourselves, because the entire unseen realm is who we are. And I consciously use the word we, because I am is we are. It's the same. Oh, my Spotify keeps playing in the background. Unbreak My Heart. I take up so much issue with that song. It's so beautiful, and check it out. This gorgeously beautiful song that is giving such a detrimentally awful message, but it's part of the third dimensional playing field. Blue Monkey, we're here to play. We're here to play with the illusion that I can be so in love. I give you my heart. You got my heart. That is the biggest gift I can give you. That is the biggest sign of love. That is just like, and when it works, it is a ride. Gee whiskers, it's a ride. That's what we come here for, to be in love like that. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't exist when you're not around. I can't breathe when you're not breathing in my face. Talk about umbilical cords. We choke each other with those, but that takes a while before we realize that. We choke ourselves with that. But then it's like, unbreak my heart because you got it, you broke it. Like, how deep in the illusion can we go? There is no end to how deep down that rabbit hole we can go. And you know, when you're in it, you're cursing all the way through. You curse your most beloved soulmate. I never did. And I don't say this to make myself look any better. I've always known, when I love, I love. I break my own heart. I can never curse a person I love. I can never curse life. I cannot curse myself. I can only get very, very hurt. But I understand we can curse, we can get very angry. Is that then real love, or is that just, I needed my mommy and now you took my mommy away from me? Because your lover is not meant to be your mommy or your daddy. Oh, you can play the daddy game all you want. Yeah, it's fun. But for real, you play that when you are your own mommy and your own daddy. Then you can play that really well. And we can nurture each other. And we do need to post-childhood, post-trauma nurture each other. We are here for each other. It is, when monkeys don't take their own fleas and lice out of their own fur. They could. And maybe on their own tail they do. We're staying above the belt. But we do that for each other. It's an act of kindness. It's an act of love. It's how we connect. We nurture and care for each other. But we're no longer merged. So when I'm done picking your fleas, I walk away. And if you have only me to pick your fleas and your skin is itching, you may have a problem. Well, solve your own itch or find another monkey, because I'm off playing somewhere else right now. And don't you turn around, because you might find me picking fleas of someone else and you'll be like, what the fuck? You're only supposed to pick my fleas. I'm itching. Why are you picking someone else's fleas? I mean, human beings, free will. Monkeys have free will too. Make of it what you will. But it's funny. It's actually really funny. It's cute. It's beautiful. The earth plane is beautiful. We're beautiful. We're capable of such twists. You gotta love us for it. You just gotta love yours. Just like we're a beautiful species. We're spirits. We're the merger of earth and sky. The wave spell of the red dragon culminates in the red skywalker. Man, don't get me going. How much time do I have? I'm going to take all the time I need today. The red skywalker, we're still getting there. It's on tone 13. Now I'm going to go ahead a little bit in time. Today, we're tone 11. Dissolving. We're letting go. We're releasing. We're releasing the purpose. Everything has been achieved. The wave, the action ended yesterday. Yesterday was planetary tone, tone 10. That's when we manifest. Today, we release the manifestation. We release everything. Tomorrow, tone 12, crystallizes. It does it by itself. Tomorrow, on tone 12, we come together, we share our experiences. We can do that actively by meeting and sharing in whichever way, shape, or form, or it happens by itself, because as we experience, we share into the field. Every experience, every breath you take, every exhale you take, we take, the air goes into our body, gathers, fills us with oxygen, nurtures us. White wind is the second tone in the red dragon wave spell. The air nurtures us, feeds us, heals us, gives us life, spirit, fills us up, gathers some, I don't want to call them toxins. I must say, I really take up issue with the way we talk about our body. Our immune system combats, it fights the invading virus and bacteria. There's such combative language. Our bodies don't fucking fight nothing. It's an information exchange. And then we grow. If you go and play soccer, are you combating your opponent? Are you combating the ball? You're combating the ball into the goal, and then you've achieved a point which makes you a what? No. Gosh, no. Your immune system dances with the environment. It dances with the bacteria. Half your body is made out of bacteria. You need information exchange with the environment. How else are you going to live here? Damn, I feel strong about that. Opinionated tats, and I'm making excuses and for my own opinionatedness, because I don't want the whiplash. I've spoken with it the other day. Here comes my fear. Okay, bye. Where was I coming from? Tone 10, manifestation. Today we let it go. Combative language. tone 12. We bring together, we share. The exhale takes out, we call them toxins, waste products. Our body eats and expels waste products. It uses whatever information of what it gets, whether it's breath, whether it's food, whether it's love, whether it's thoughts, whether it's whatever. It ingests, digests, builds itself, gives its own information to, like it's the transport system. The fibers in food that we expel, that we don't keep, is like a train. We eat them, the train brings us, we call it nutrition, it's information, it gives us information. You can get that information any way you like. You can get it directly from sunlight. Check out the documentary. In the beginning was the light. Am Anfang war das Licht. Very, very brilliant documentary about living on prana. You get that information and then you add some of your own information back into the train, and it gets expelled through breath, through feces, through thoughts, through words, through whatever. So we want no moral preaching, Tatiana. So where am I going? That happens automatically. That's tone 12 in action. That's the whole wave in action, actually. On tone 12, it's like we've shared into the field. We can't help do that. It happens automatically. You can sit still in your room the whole day, all of your life, never leave it. Your experience still gets fed into the collective field. And we're still connected to you, whether you like it or not. But you can give yourself the illusion that you are all alone. And when you die, you're going to realize, fuck, that was an interesting life. Anyway, tone 13, cosmic. Tone 12 is called crystal, crystalline, crystal. 13 is cosmic. The cosmic skywalker in this wave spell. Cosmic is what endures, what's present, the eternal present, what is. Present simply means what is. That we have a consciousness of being present with what is. Now I'm going quantum. Being present, being present with what is, with what is. Each of these words, being present with. What does it mean? With, world bridger, with one and another, two that is actually one, but not one, two more. With what is what, something that is being what, being and what is being what. Present. And there's one more word for the cosmic tone, which I'll get there when I get there. But the skywalker, heaven and earth, like that's where I was coming from. We are our bodies. We are the mix of earth and sky, spirit and matter. We are spirit-made matter. I sometimes say that the third dimension gets such a bashing in spiritual communities very often, as if, or in non-spiritual communities. I don't know what communities they are. I'm not bashing those communities. I myself have lived part of my life imagining the third dimension to be like a prison, until I realized, the prison's in my mind, not in the third dimension. The third dimension is bound to certain rules and laws of time. They are very, very bendable. So if I don't know how to bend time, or how to be free in the third dimension, really free, kind of like dream time free. Like I spoke the other day about the limitation of the classical period of classical music. Case in point, recording just stopped. I looked at it, but no, I didn't listen back. I don't know if I said it, but why is Bach and Mozart, they come out of that period? Why is their music so healing to our body, mind, system, emotion, everything? Because it creates coherence. maybe Schoenberg is healing too, I'm not sure. But certainly Mozart is. And certainly coherence is music that plays within certain bounds, is pleasant to listen to. It's not jarring. It's not suddenly out of you. Yeah, and where's it coming from? We are. I don't know where it's coming from. I took a long tangent off somewhere else. Feels like I did. We are this Skywalker. The Skywalker comes after the yellow human. Tomorrow is the yellow human, crystal human, in the wave spell of the red dragon. I mean, get that. And what is equally amazing in the wave spell of the yellow sun, which is, incidentally, the yellow sun is one seal before the dragon, but as a wave spell, it's the fourth wave spell. Two different sequences. The succession of the wave spell is a different sequence to the succession of the seals. When you overlay that, you go quantum! Anyway, the yellow human is cosmic. So it's on tone 13 in the yellow sun wave spell. Life, universal fire, consciousness, enlighten. The cosmic human is the transcendence. Transcend is also one of the keywords for the cosmic tone. Presence, endurance, transcendence in the sun wave spell. But I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's just like, it's very interesting to remember that. So tomorrow we, as our human, our free will comes together. We can in our own self, as me, a human, my humanity. We're here to be human. We're here to become human. Human is a learning place. Yes, maybe we transition to something else, but while we're here, we're not here to be anything else. I'm not here to be a dog. I'm not here to be a plant. I'm here to be human. And who defines my humanity, my free will, our free will? We define it collectively and individually, particle and wave, individual and collective, in coherence. We are coherent. At the moment we're looking out at the world, we're not in coherence a lot of the time with each other. We fight, we haggle, we argue. Haggle, is that the word? We argue. We at odds with each other. Why? Because we're at odds within ourselves. Why? Because we have been so confused. Are we victims of how for thousands of years we've been confused? We've been told terrible lies. Terrible, terrible lies. And if we were told a terrible lie 2,000 years ago, or 1,500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, we were told a lot of truth. A lot of truth. And some people did not like that. They made a religion out of the truth and turned it into a lie. They did what I did. I'm not going to eat any more chocolate. Woof! 5,000 chocolates later, it's like, and we have done what? We did what? We scared them into submission and abused our power. We better start owning up to that. We better start owning up to that. And we as individuals, we have to own. I genuinely believe there is a bit of a victim somewhere in each of us. No, maybe not. But for me, there is. For many of us, there is. We gotta reach out to that. That needs to be appeased. It has believed things that are not true. And out of that belief, it has formed itself and become something and done things that have been very, very hurtful to itself and to others. Blue monkey, inner child, previous versions of ourselves. We've hurt ourselves, we've hurt others. Hurt people hurt people. We can't stand here and say, I'm going to stop that right now. Now I see it. No, it's just like it's a process. Third dimensionally, it takes time. In the quantum field, boom, you changed it. And many of us understand that. So when we go quantum, like, yes, I've changed it. I've had my quantum healing, boom. For some people, instant remission, cancer gone. Like, what? You know, anything. It happens. It happens time and again. And we all know that. So when it doesn't happen, we're like, what am I doing wrong? And we're going back into self-flagellation. I'm not good enough. I don't know how to do this. I feel so bad. It spirals us into worse grounds than where we've been when we were hopeful. I've done my quantum healing. I've done it. I'm healed. And you know what? You are. You've done it and you are. But wait, in the third dimension, it takes a little bit of time. Why? Because the parts of you you've healed are attached to other parts of you. If you changed all of them at once, sometimes it can happen. Sometimes it will change so much. Your system can't handle it. Your life can't handle it. Your partner can't handle it. Your children can't handle it. Your job, you just know it's not ready. Wait. Give it time. We're living in third dimensional time. We do. And that takes, sometimes it just takes time. And someone can say it's a test of your faith. If you're in that space, you're like, fuck this shit. Test my fucking what? And you lose it. Faith, trust, red dragon, inner child, antipode. When the child is in that illusion, it's like, no way, fucking trust. I did it and it didn't work. I'm dying, I'm sick, I'm raging against the machine. And you know what? With that rage is good. Own it. Rage is coherent. Rage is at least on the way to coherence. Where you know, like it's, I don't know that the earth plane is meant to be a kumbaya. But rage is an energy. It's our power. And when that has been repressed, it turns on ourselves. Autoimmune disease, what the heck is that? Cancer is the body attacks itself. It just suddenly forgets that, oh, this is my own brother. This is me. I'm going to attack that. That's a healthy cell. I'm just going to attack that. My immune system attacking myself? Like what? But we do it all the time. War. Look around. Why do I throw a bomb at another human being? I'm throwing a bomb at myself. Why am I cursing another human being? I'm cursing myself. Why am I hating? I'm hating myself. Chicken or egg? What comes first? I hate you. Then I'm getting the whiplash of that. I spoke about that yesterday. It works in all directions. It doesn't matter what you do because everything is your mirror. Everything is our mirror. In la kesha lakin, we are it. We are it. How do we treat it? How do we treat ourselves? How do I treat my external self, my life, my fellow humans, parts of my extended being? My body is this whole earth. My body is, every human is a cell in my body. Whether I have a consciousness of it or not. I may still have the consciousness of a child and think I'm only this body. This is me, this is you. I punch you. I feel good. No, you don't. Oh God, you don't. You know, we can learn to look at ourselves like, wait, what the hell, what do I need? I didn't get nurtured. It's hard. And please, let's not bash anyone who can't do it. They are like this, they are like that, they are like that. They're so off course, they're so off track. I love the system. Like, hey, we're all wrong. Stop. Turn, look at yourself. But don't tell nobody else to look at themselves and stop. You can't. When they're in the middle of rage, look at that child throwing a tantrum on the floor. Tell them, excuse me, could you please stop and have a look at yourself? Could you please tell me what you need right now? Like, no. And let's face it, many adults are like so in that, not fully all the time, but in part, at times, stuck in that that phase did not develop. We're kind of like stuck there. So our fascia stick together because we're still stuck there. So we can go in there, it's like, I can't let go, I can't let go, I can't let go. Oh, my arm can't let go, my shoulder can't let go. That's why my shoulders are tense. I'm carrying too much on my shoulders because I've just got to hold on to everything. I got to control everything, including you. And if I can't, I hate you. Ugh, humans. Love, love, love. It's all love. It's just like even when it's not. Love takes many forms, yeah? Whatever. Now I'm preaching, going into preach mode. It's 10:44 over here. That is 1:44 with a zero in between, and the zero says, take a breath. I think I've said enough, but I haven't even spoken about the kins around. We're guided today by the blue monkey. Tones 1, 6, and 11 are guided by themselves. So we really got a double dose. It's the child, a previous version of ourselves. The child is not only the previous version of ourselves, it's also the divine child. It's the one that never, that's the one that never lost the umbilical cord. And not because it stays dependent on mommy. No. It's always connected to its own higher self. Its own, all selves. I am, my mother is always a part of me. Her mother is always a part of me. Father's included in this line somewhere. But we are connected to our ancestors all the way back to the first one. And who was the first one? Where was the first one? It wasn't on earth. But our ancestral lineages cross. We get crossed. Sperm meets egg, separates and joins, DNA lines join, ancestral lineages join, separate, join at the same time. World bridger, separating, letting go, death, bridging worlds, connecting worlds, forming new possibilities at the same time, the same seal. So the antipode today to the monkey is the dragon. I've elaborated that. The occult position is the dog. I've elaborated on that. The analog position is the yellow star. We've already been there. The star being elegance, beauty, art. It takes a monkey. It takes the creativity. Children are full of it. When we preserve our inner child or heal it or bring it back online, gradually, each time. This is another thing that I've experienced, and I see people experience it, and they stumble, and they don't understand why they stumble, and they don't understand why they hurt themselves again and again. And it's easy to lose faith, to lose touch with for the monkey, inner child, to lose touch with the dragon mama, its own mothering, nurturing. When we heal our inner child, in the beginning, it's very easy to think, I found her, I've healed her, she sat in this cave, she's never seen the light, I brought her out, we're good now. Let me tell you, it takes a lifetime to grow up. But within a lifetime is a certain period of time. It can be 13 years, it can be 20 years, it can be 52 years, it can be anything else. So you gotta understand. I think when we don't understand, this happened to me. I fell again and again, and I'm like, but I healed my inner child. Why am I what inner child work? I've done it. 13 years later, I'm like, I will always be doing it. Whenever I lose her, whatever. Anyway, it's a process, and it's beautiful. And she's here. She creates art. Okay, inner child, creativity, art. We tend to think of art and artist and artful artist. It's like it is the painter and the sculptor and the this and the this. Those we call artists. Everyone is an artist. Your life is a work of art. Every single life is a work of art. Every single life is the main artist. Call it God. Call her God. Call them God. Call them gods. Call them humans. Our artists. Our lives are art, and we are the creators of this art. Say no more. Tone 11. So we're letting go of the purpose. not eternally, not like, oh, now dragon goes, dragon comes around every 20th day is a red dragon. She is not a part of every wave spell directly. She will be found at least once in a position somewhere in every wave spell, but she will always be found once you start Savuya surfing, because everything is now. The whole talking is now. Everything is now. But we're not always in that expanded everything is now space. We're sometimes also in this now is only blue monkey. Nix. I'm not even wanting to look at the companions. Because like it's enough to play. We let go of brilliant. This is cool. This is my own insight right now. I'm letting go today of the purpose that I've set for the entire spin. I've set it on day one. I've allowed it to grow. I've molded it, massaged it. I specifically got myself massaged twice in this wave spell because I go every 2 weeks. But there are two very, very important dates for me in this wave, which was the red serpent and the red moon, because I'm setting a very firm intention for my own healing, for my own integration, for my own connection with my own body, for this wave spell for the rest of my life. So this is a very important part of my process, to embody myself, to release, to take out the quote-unquote toxins, tensions, to release. Tone 11 should be massaged. I should get massaged today. Incidentally, I'm giving a massage today. I also massage, so a friend of mine is going to get the massage of her life today. Yes. Oh, I'm so ready for it. Woo! And when I massage, I get massaged because I go into this flow state that massages my own energy system. It is just so delicious. I go into such bliss mode, and it's like making love, but it's just not that. It's just everything else, and it's so beautiful. Oh. Expand the horizons. So today I'm letting go of my distrust. I cannot carry that purpose. I can remember it through the entire wave spell, but I'm trusting. I let go and surrender. I give everything to the dragon mama. She sorts it out. I can go and play now. I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm not thinking during my massage, I'm going to give this kind of like, no, I'm playing. When I massage, I play. I love. I give love. I love what I experience. It's just like pure love. I love touching. I love running my hands over a body. I love running. I feel the bone and the sinew, and I don't feel it. It's just like I just go out into outer space, and my body does its own thing. Sometimes I'm not even there with it, and we're just like dancing with each other. I love the music. I can play. When I massage myself, I get to decide the music. When I get massaged, I also get to decide the music. Come to think of it. You're the human. I get to decide. Free will. Yes, that's my life. It's my ride. But if my massage therapist wants to decide the music they want, I'm totally up for that, because that's a new element. I don't want to control everything. Bring something I haven't controlled. Bring something that's new into my system, and I just run with it. Let's see what it does to me. Yes! Collectively, we're happening here. So brilliant. So I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go of this chit-chat now. It's a chat, not a chit, because you're not chitting, I'm only chatting. But in the quantum field, you're chitting away like crazy, and I'm chatting away like crazy, and you're chatting, and I'm chatting, and you're chatting with yourself. While I'm talking, I wonder what you're saying to yourself. I don't want to know. It's too much. I have enough knowing what I'm chitty-chatting up here, and down there, and everywhere. In my legs, in my feet, in my toes, in my hair follicles that I'm spreading all over this earth. And my breath that I'm releasing into the air we're all breathing. Giving off our information. Oh, now my body is relaxing. What a release. That was a cosmic orgasm of sorts in my system right now. Yes, 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 yes. This is post-coital bliss. I'm feeling so limp. I don't even know how am I going to get my hand to that button that's going to turn off this recording. I feel a little bit of separation anxiety, I must be honest. And I'm not going to dive into why that is. My mind is doing that right now. My system is doing that right now in lightning speed. That's on steroids. Okay, it's also because I don't want to do what I have to do next. Oh, procrastination is such a force for good. Have you noticed when you're procrastinating doing your taxes, you're suddenly cleaning your whole house? It's brilliant. You must keep your spring clean of your whole house to the week before your taxes are due. Use it. Use it for your benefit. Oh, Lordy. If you start procrastinating house cleaning and taxes, you may have a problem because your house may get so messy and your taxes a year later, it's still not done. Okay, monkey business. Stop it now. I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of playfulness, and I'm going to end with if your heart is heavy, I wish you peace. If your heart is light, go play. If your heart is heavy, go play. And yesterday I said, if your heart is light, go share it. If your heart is heavy, share it also. Share yourself. Don't push yourself on anyone. But if you push yourself on someone, chances are you don't know that you're doing that. Don't be afraid if you're doing that. Ask the person, do you feel like I'm pushing myself on you? Am I pushing myself on you right now? And hope that that person is honest. Because if they're not, and they're saying, no, you're not. And they're thinking, oh God, yes, you are. Oh, why are we so dishonest with each other? It serves no one. But you can say, you know what, I actually don't have the time to listen to you right now, but I would really like to be there for you. Can I just do what I need to do and then get back to you? Or could you is there anyone else you can talk to today? I really don't have time. I'm so sorry. Can we do that and not feel like the other person's going to be offended? We got a lot to learn as humanity, as many as generally. I think we got a lot to learn as humanity. Not all of us. I hate it when people say humanity is like that. I always think like, wait, speak for yourself. Wait a minute. Speak for yourself. In the Western speak, we really commonly do that. Like, there are entire societies, entire cultures, communities on this planet that operate nothing like what you just said humanity operates like. So, Tatjana, one finger pointing back, three pointing out, one pointing up, and three pointed at me. My thumb is my connection to spirit, my antenna. Taking 4 fingers pointing back at me. Okay, wait, sucking my thumb, sucking my antenna, stick it into me. Baby child, oh, are you cute? Why are you sucking your thumb? What is that? Suck your antenna to the cosmic broadcast. It's all about me, right? Anyway, so I generalize. I hope that's understood. And I think for those of us who know we're not there, we can hold the space for the ones who are there. Or we who are there can hold the space for the ones who are not there. I think a lot of the indigenous, as incredibly hurt as they have been by us newlings on this planet who think we ought to rule the world and claim everything for ourselves and spread ourselves like a cancer with our wisdom, with our religion, with our force for good. We annihilate everyone else. Well done. But cut. Yeah, now it happened. The opposite of what I spoke of earlier. At 10:44, I was reminded, stop. Then I got carried away. forgot to look at the screen. It's not that I forgot, I'm not trying to remember to look at the screen, but I was obviously not looking at the screen, so this was obviously also meant to happen. I rambled away another 15 minutes. Now I look at the time. It's 11:04. 114 is as close to 144 in my world as, it's like, it's so close because it's not 114. So I gotta stop now. Whatever lovely story I was telling, I've told it to myself. Let go. I wish you a beautiful day. Calm down. That's the sun in me. I get overdriven, overdriven, over excited. I feel like a child that should go to bed and it's got too much energy. It should have gone to sleep half an hour ago. So now I'm going to go and do my day, because otherwise I'm really going to run into hot waters. And we don't want that. Sun and moon, water and fire, hot waters. It boils, not very pleasant. Okay, have a playful day. Aho.